Hello everyone and welcome back to Paper Peony. I'm Kimberly Jones and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And while in my previous tutorials I've explained that I'm going to be showing retired stamp sets and bundles because our retirement list is through April 30th. These are products that you can purchase from now till April 30th. After April 30th, they're going away and you will not be able to get them anymore. So I wanted to show on this particular tutorial something other than just a bundle, stamp set, or dies. This happens to be Sweet Thoughts, Memories, and More cards and envelopes that I think are just absolutely gorgeous. And I have dressed them up with a stamp set that's retiring and butterflies and some accessories. But what I want to do is I want to take a minute and show you. Here are the envelopes. And then the cards match. And one thing that is interesting, these are the cards and they're already scored and ready to go. All you do is fold them in half and then decorate them like you want. The great thing is you can mix and match these. You don't have to put the Calypso Coral with the Calypso Coral. See, you can mix and match them. And it's just pretty phenomenal that way, I think. It adds a little bit of extra touch to it. But we're going to stick to the monochromatic on this particular tutorial. But you get envelopes and cards with this particular set. And they are $10 and you get 20 cards and envelopes. So you get 10 of the Calypso Coral and 10 of the Pretty Peacock. Okay, so we're going to be doing this card here and this one in this particular video, and I'm going to show you how all this came together. We are going to be using a stamp set that I think it's going to be sad when it leaves, but it's called Botanical Layers, and it has some really pretty plants here. I mean, this makes a beautiful ocean scene. Beautiful plants, beautiful font. You Mean the World to Me happens to be one of those that I absolutely love. Thank you for everything and thinking of you. And so we're going to be using this stamp set. Now this is a cling stamp set, which means it's a rubber stamp set. And I'm going to show you the benefits of a cling stamp set and using our markers. You know, I've been talking about the fact that we have blends, and they're alcohol blends, they're alcohol markers, and they color and they blend, and they're beautiful that way. However, the markers also have their benefits. A lot of people ask, markers or blends? Well, it's hard to answer that because they both have their own perks. These happen to be where you can color them on a rubber stamp and make it a two-tone image. So if you look on these particular botanicals, they're two-tone. And so we're going to be doing that today, and I'm going to be showing you how that works. But that would be the benefit of our water-based markers, is that you can color onto a cling stamp. Now, you cannot color on top of a photopolymer, but you can color on top of a cling rubber stamp. Okay, so let's get started. And as I go along, I will tell you what products we're using, where they can be found. And down below, you can instantly go to my Stampin' Up! Website. In my photo gallery, I have all of different cards that I've done and created that you can get some extra ideas and incentives on. And on my Stampin' Up! Page, you can also purchase the items that I'm covering today. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to want to do is we're going to go ahead and do our stamp part. And both of the white pieces that are on these cards are the same measurements. So for the sake of that, I'm just going to bring both of them out and we're going to stamp them at the same time. Okay, these are 3 by 3 1/4 piece basic white squares. And I'm going to bring in my glass mat for stamping. Okay, so we have that here. Okay. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to just do one at a time, one plant at a time. This happens to be the, I want to call it like an ivy type of leaf, okay? And so with this one, I used Pretty Peacock and Flirty Flamingo. And what you're going to do is you're just going to use that brush end, which is the broader end, and you're just going to go in and you're going to color your plant like you want. Now these plants, there is a vein in these leaves, and I use that vein as a guide. So I colored to the left of the leaf. And then on the right side, I did the opposite. Okay, then you're going to come in with the Pretty Peacock, and you're going to color right the opposite. And I also did the stem of the plant in this Pretty Peacock. Okay, and when you're happy with the way it colors, okay, then you're ready to close. Here, we can do the stem here. I'm seeing some stems that I haven't colored. Okay. Okay, then what you're going to do is, what I did is I put this over a trash can and spritzed it just lightly with water. Okay, like so. And then I came in and I just stamped it right onto the paper, just like that. Isn't that gorgeous? And then I came over here and did just a little bit, just a very faint one up in the upper corner. And then I repeated that and did it on the other card. So Pretty Peacock. And you can, since you've already done it once, you can use it. There's a little bit of ink residue on your stamp still left over, so it's easy to see where you've colored. And use that as a guide. Okay, so see, I've got that color just like that. And then coming in with the Flirty Flamingo, you're just going to color on top of the rubber, just as if you're coloring in a coloring book. Okay. Now, if you weren't going to use water, when you take the time to color a stamp like this, sometimes that original ink that you colored with will dry up, or it will dry a little bit because you've taken the time to color other colors. And when that happens, you're just going to want to huff on it, or like huff on it like that to warm up the inks to where it's going to be a bold color. So, but for the sake of this, I'm just going to go in and do like what I've been doing. Okay, and isn't that really pretty? Okay, so there's that plant. And then we're going to come in and we're going to do this one that's a little bit more of like a bamboo leaf. And what I did with it is I used crushed curry, and I used, I want to say, Flirty Flamingo. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come in, and what I did with this one is I did the Flirty Flamingo first because I wanted it to go into the base of the leaves. So I colored the base of the leaf, whereas the tips of the leaves were going to be the yellow, like the sun hit them. Like so, okay? And then I come in with a crushed curry, and then I'm just going to come in and I'm going to color the rest of the stamp. And if some of it bleeds, and that's fine. It just gives it a little bit more character. Okay, and once you get that colored, then I did the same thing. spritzed it just a little bit, and then I came in and then stamped it right here in the bottom corner, like so. And then I'll come over here and do it on this one. Okay. Okay, and then the last plant is this one. And it looks kind of like a salvia or lavender plant, in my opinion, and I love it. So this one I used Pretty Peacock and Calypso Coral. So I actually went to a darker orange. But what I did is I just did half. I did the stems Pretty Peacock, and then I just kind of went in and I colored half of these flowers. So I just kind of imagined a seam down the center of these flowers. Like so. Okay. And then I came back in with that Calypso Coral and just colored what was left. Okay. And then spritzed it. Okay, and then on this one, we'll come in and do this one first on this side. And then come in and do this one. Okay, now this one has more Pretty Peacock than my original. And so as you can tell, when you do it, it's going to be different every single time because of your coloring strategies. So just keep that in mind. And that makes it even more unique. Okay, so now that we've got the background of our card done, I also did the little bitty piece that's in the stamp set, and I used Pretty Peacock on here on this one. And so we'll do that. Come in and just stamp some botanical flowers just to kind of give it some extra focus. Okay, and then our stamp background is done. So we'll set this to the side and let the water part dry. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we'll go ahead and start building up everything. Okay, so our vellum is also being discontinued, and I'm sad to see it go because I used a lot of the vellum. And I have vellum across both of my cards, and the You Mean the World to Me stamped in Pretty Peacock. And then I just kind of laid it over the top of these botanical plants. But what we're going to do is we're just going to stamp You Mean the World to Me on a strip of vellum for one card, and then on the other one in the center of the vellum piece. This is a 2x3 square. Now, in my original one, I used the Tailored Expression, or I want to say it's the Thoughtful Expressions dies, and they're no longer available. They have sold out. So for the sake of the video, I'm just cut a 2x3 square of vellum and then stamp the You Mean the World to Me in Pretty Peacock. Okay, so for this first one, well, let's do the Calypso Coral horizontal card first. So you're going to fold the card in half and then just use a bone folder to burnish the seam. Okay, and then you're going to take the Pretty Peacock, which is a 1/2 inch bigger than your white. So it is 3 1/4 by 3 1/2. Okay, and with this one, you're just going to glue this down flat. Okay, leaving a little border around all 4 sides. Okay, and then I wrapped a little bit of the garden green ribbon around the backside. And just so you know, the garden green ribbon is being discontinued. But there's garden green in the envelope. And so I thought it was perfect to use it as an accent. Okay, so just wrap this around the center. Like so. And I use glue dots to glue it down. Okay. Okay. All right, so there's that. Okay. All right, and then we're going to wrap a bigger strand of garden green around the front of the card, okay? And for the sake of the video, I did not do one long enough to wrap around completely. This one I did, okay? So keep that in mind, because when people open the card, you're gonna want it to look good on the inside just as much as the outside. But for the sake of the video, I'm just going to do it this way. And just know that if you want it to look even around, you want to wrap it all the way around on the inside or line it, one of the two. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I've been sick. Okay. So we're just going to wrap this around. And more than likely, I will come in and line the inside of my card later. Okay. Okay, so there you have that. You have the band across the front of the card. Okay, and then this is ready to pop dot or put dimensionals on and put on the front of the card. And it's simply to the right. Okay, so we're just going to come in with some dimensionals, making sure that you do all four corners, the center, and you don't leave any sagging going on the back. So see, I've got it completely covered because what's going to happen is over time, if there's a section that does not have a dimensional on it, it's gonna cave in. And it's going to look bad over time. So just know that it's better to go a little extra than to regret it later. Okay, so we're just going to put that on here like so. Okay, and then we're ready to glue your saying down on the top of the front. And I put it to where the saying is across the green, across the ribbon, and I put it where I'm going to have a butterfly covering it. So I put it like right there. Okay, and you can also put one where you're going to put a gold butterfly. So keep that in mind when you're doing vellum. You always want to plan out where your adhesive is going to go and where your embellishments are going to go, because you don't want to see the glue dots on the underside of the vellum. Okay, and then after you got that done, these are the butterflies dies that are paired with the Perennial Lavender Suite. These are going to carry over. They're just little punch out butterflies, and you can color them with blends or inks, and it's just really, really cool. And so I have this little butterfly here that I've already punched out, and you can take a blend. This is Daffodil Delight, and just color it. And I did the dark. Let me see. Yep, this is dark. I did the dark because I wanted it to kind of go with the crushed curry. And so you're just going to color this butterfly. Let me move this so you can see what I'm doing. You're just going to color this butterfly like so. And I went ahead and did the other butterfly as well. And so let's go ahead and color him as well. And there's no right or wrong way of doing this. You just color the whole thing. You can also do a two-tone butterfly if you want. Add glitter to him. Okay, and then there's that butterfly. Okay, so we're going to set these over here. And I'm going to come in with a rag and get this ink off of my board so I don't get ink everywhere. Okay, and so then you're ready to come in and glue your butterfly down. Okay, so, and I used like a little glue dot on the center of the butterfly to glue him down. And then you're just going to glue him down. And I put the glue dot on his body so that way I could kind of flare up his wings a little bit. Okay. And then I used embellishments. And we have these little butterflies. These gold butterflies. And so I just came in and put two of these little butterflies, the middle-sized ones. Let's see here. We'll put one right there because I need to put a glue dot right there too because it's not. Okay, so there's that, and then I'm going to put another glue dot on right here so it glues down better. Okay, and then we're left with using the sequins. They're Pretty Peacock and Iridescent White and Berry Burst. And I think these are gorgeous, and it kind of brings out that Pretty Peacock color. And so we're going to put three of them on here. Okay, and then there is this card. So see how fast that came together? Okay, and so now let's dress up this second one real quick. Okay, we're gonna just glue. Okay, glue that on there like that. Okay, then our banner, I used this banner punch and it is retiring. And what I did is I just stuck it in here. Actually, let me cut it a little bit closer. There we go. So we're going to bring it in. Like so. Punch it, and it's going to give you your banner ends. And there's two different banners with that punch, so it's really cool. Okay, and then you're going to glue this down where you're going to put those sequins. So one side and the other side. And you're just going to put that in the center. And you want to put it where it's easy to read. So just stick it to where it's going to be easy to understand and to read across your plants. Okay, and then you're going to come in with your sequins. Okay, and I also put another one, kind of like sporadic, but I'm going to put this one. Oh, let's put this one on the yellow. I think it's going to be pretty right there. Okay, and then we're going to build this card. This is on the Pretty Peacock. Fold it. Okay, and then we also have a strip of Flirty Flamingo that we are putting across the top. And this Flirty Flamingo is a half by 4 1/4. And you're also going to wrap a ribbon around it, around the seam or around the center, and glue it on the back. So just wrap it down the center of the cardstock, and then wrap it around the back like so. Okay, and then glue it down to the front. Like so. Okay, so there's what you have so far. Okay, and then you're going to take a strip of Flirty Flamingo. It's a half inch wide. You're going to put it in your banner. Punch, and you're just going to punch both ends. This is a trick. Cut both ends, okay? Cut it in half. And then you've got 2 banners to use. And then I've got a crushed curry. This is an actual 1 inch wide strip. Okay. And then you're just going to cut it to whatever length that you're wanting it. Okay, so we're going to just play with it and put it on here like we want it. Okay, so let me move these so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the center. And then I'm going to glue these Flirty Flamingo ones onto the side. Like so. Okay, and then I'm going to take pop dots and I'm going to pop dot my stamped image on top of this. Okay. So I've got pop dots across the whole entire back. Okay. And then I'm just going to come in and kind of bring this up a little bit and put it right there, like so. Okay. And then I'm going to take my butterfly and glue it. Now I just kind of put a little bit of glue on his wing, just kind of sporadic throughout his wing like so, and then just put him down. But because I went up a little bit higher, well, we can still do him right there. Okay, just put him up there like that. And then you're going to take those little gold butterflies and glue one on each one of these little flirty flamingo banners. So one right there. And let's see. He just does not want to get off. He's been complicated. Let's try this again. Okay, and then we have this butterfly here. Okay. So we have this one put together. And then we have this one put together. Okay, and they come together pretty quick. And see how easy it was to dress up a basic card. So I love this botanical stamp set, and it's called Botanical Layers. And the cards and envelopes are called Sweet Thoughts, Memories, and More Cards and Envelopes. All of these items can be found in the, well, the cards and envelopes are found in the mini catalog. And then the stamp set is found in the annual catalog. And then the embellishments, the butterflies are in the annual, I think. And then the paper butterflies that we colored, this daffodil, is in the mini catalog. So I hope you enjoy this, and hope you give it a try. I love using markers on cling rubber, and I hope you give that a try as well. So until next time, I will see you in the next video. Have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.